My fiancée Shenhui was secretly keeping a college boy, claiming it was financial support. Watching their lovey-dovey act, I let out a few cold laughs. I then turned around and sponsored the boy's childhood sweetheart later. My fiancée knelt, begging me to take her back. I merely gave an amused smile. Your entire family relies on the BAI family. You have no right to make demands. Then I took back everything that wasn't hers. Chapter 1. My assistant's efficiency has always been top-notch. The moment I noticed something amiss, they placed the complete dossier on my desk. The guy's handsome. No wonder Shen Yui was smitten. The girl next to him is pretty too. Bring this girl to me. I will sponsor her as well. Soon, the girl appeared before me. Su Wang King, beautiful. Even without makeup, her photos would be good enough for the entertainment industry. Just those expressive eyes are enough to charm any man and make any woman jealous. But her current situation wasn't good. She looked exhausted and haggard. I understood. I knew what kind of trouble she was facing. Su Wang King's parents were deceased. Her family poor. She only had her grandmother, who had just been diagnosed with terminal lung cancer and was lying in the hospital. Excellent in both academics and conduct since childhood, she worked part-time to support her family and entered Joytong University with outstanding grades. Everyone who knew her praised her beauty, kindness, and intelligence. She was the perfect child of someone else's family. The college boy was named Xiao Xiang, her neighbor and something of a childhood friend. Men. Their possessiveness is hard to hide. I could see he liked Su Wang King. No wonder Shen Yui was so furious. Chapter 2. Shen Yui is usually a calm and calculating person. I have never seen her lose her composure, but recently her expressions have frequently betrayed her inner thoughts, and her emotional control has been poor. Yesterday, before I even entered her office, I heard her on the phone. Her voice was indifferent as she admonished, almost warning Zhao Xiang. You know my position. If you don't want trouble, keep your distance from your classmates. There are some things I don't like. Her usually calm voice was laced with burning jealousy. My hand raised to knock paused. I had intended to invite her to dinner, but now I had lost interest. Her attitude towards me has become perfunctory over the years. Superficially, she still cares about me, but the pretense is obvious. A purely professional demeanor with no real interest in what I do. But she's always been like this with everyone, so I didn't pay much attention until the news of her sponsoring a university student reached my ears. Shen Yui isn't a compassionate person, selfish even, yet she bought him a luxurious villa, took him on trips, and even prepared to send him abroad for studies, sparing no expense. Now it seems she's quite jealous. Everyone jokes that she's fallen in love. When I found out, I was unhappy, wanting to completely sever ties with Shen Yui. After all, I have been clinging to this for years. It is time to let go. My assistant frowned at me, young master, about Miss Shen sponsoring that student. He was originally my father's assistant, but due to his age, he didn't want to worry too much, so he volunteered to become mine. He's more like an elder than an assistant, loyal and capable. His expression was calm, but I knew he was offering to take care of the matter for me. I waved my hand dismissively, interrupting him. Let's go. There's no need. We're all civilized people. No need for a messy scene. I'm too lazy to expose her. She deliberately hid it from me. What good would finding the truth do? Throw the evidence at her and force a confession of infidelity, or try to salvage things. I know the outcome. If I take action, she will definitely apologize to me. The BAI family is a towering tree, but the young master of the BAI family is a cripple who can't stand. Plenty of people have their eyes on me. To put it bluntly, even if I remain impotent for life, there are countless women eager to marry me, because I can bring them endless benefits, as the marriage partner their families crave. Even if they're unwilling, they will do everything to maintain this relationship. Like in the past, when I would have mood swings and lash out at Shen Yui, she would remain gentle, unmoved by my insults. Then, after my anger subsided, she would offer an expensive gift, admitting it was her fault. Those gifts were chosen by her assistant, sometimes a watch, sometimes a tie, never cheap, but never truly thoughtful. Usually I wouldn't stay angry at her for long. Everyone says I'm deeply in love with Shen Yui. I never denied it, because I used to believe it myself. Now, the thought of Shen Yui possibly being tainted makes me sick, disgusted. I have never felt this way before. My reflection in the corridor glass was calm. I stared at myself for a moment. Seeing that I remained silent, my assistant pushed my wheelchair and took me away. Chapter 3. 3 years ago, I was in a car accident, and now I rely on a wheelchair. I'm not paralyzed, but my legs can't support me for long periods. I'm still in recovery. When she saw me in the wheelchair, Su Wangking didn't avert her gaze like others. Full of covert pity and disdain, she merely glanced at my legs before lowering her head. Her expression obedient, my assistant informed her of my offer to support her with generous terms. As long as she met my requirements, her grandmother's medical expenses wouldn't be a problem. Everything had a price tag. She was smart enough to know there's no such thing as a free lunch. My assistant, always efficient, simply smiled at her apprehension. These are my employer's wishes. Discuss the details yourselves. I remained silent. Although I knew my assistant meant well, I preferred such arrangements weren't so blatant. I was confident Su Wangking wouldn't refuse. She was desperate. While Sheng Yui I wouldn't target her directly, a single look was enough for her sycophants to act, for example, ruining Su Wangking's hard-won job, leaving her with no options. For example, ensuring her grandmother's treatment was delayed, leaving her facing insurmountable medical bills and tears. They might even spread rumors about her being kept by someone, scaring off any potential suitors. Su Wangking was cornered with no room to refuse. She didn't even know what she had done wrong, or who to plead with. Regarding this charitable offer, she neither refused nor agreed. Only after my assistant left, and we were alone in the office, did Su Wangking look up at me, her eyes clear. Mr. Bai, what do I need to do? My leg was uncomfortable, and I shifted, grunting after a moment. She was perceptive, noticing my discomfort, and after a hesitation, poured me a glass of water. Her fingers were beautiful, like works of art. I studied her, bathed in sunlight. Su Wangking resembled a flower bud about to bloom. I was satisfied. She was beautiful, even more so than Shin Hui. As for what she needed to do, I hadn't fully decided yet. Chapter 4. The Bai family's influence is vast. Anything Shen Yui I thought she'd hidden well. A snap of my fingers would reveal. It's just that I never paid attention before. Didn't want to. My world used to revolve around Shen Yui. I spoiled her, as long as she stayed by my side and kept me happy. But this time is different. Suddenly, I'm no longer interested in her. I feel distant. A tainted woman isn't fit to be the young mistress of the Bai family. The young mistress can be a vase, but she must be obedient. Behind my back, she wants to play a nurturing game. Does she think because I'm crippled, she can find some sunny boy to dote on her? And it seems she's quite enjoying it. Fine. I'll see how fun this game is. Nurturing game, I said, looking seriously at Su Wangking, slowly explaining. I want to try it. I'll give you resources and see how far you can grow. Su Wangking froze. She understood the meaning, but not entirely. A bewildered expression on her face, chuckling softly. I put it more bluntly, from now on, I'll take care of you. Whether you become a kept woman or something else is up to you. She has no other options now. Being my kept woman might be a good choice. Su Wangking was silent then. Her cheeks flushed, a little embarrassed, a little awkward, unsure what to say. I knew my words weren't blunt, too frivolous, but so what? For a woman, especially a virtuous one, it must feel humiliating. Perhaps it was the pressure of life, but as she looked at me, her eyes were so clear, only now with a hint of resignation. The initial aloofness gone, she gently crouched in front of me, carefully readjusting the blanket that had slipped, tucking it around my legs. This reaction honestly exceeded my expectations. Mr. Bai, she hesitated, her head lowered. Will you tell anyone about this? Chapter 5. Honestly, it took me a while to understand what she meant. I initially thought she was worried about others finding out, but the truth made me laugh. She was afraid that the Bai family status was too high and would cause trouble for me. That's why she felt I needed to inform my parents. I laughed, feeling happy. This girl is interesting. Clearly, she's the one who could get hurt, yet she wasn't thinking about herself. Nor was she afraid of me. She even thoughtfully considered things from my perspective. Is she getting into character this quickly? I've seen the way Zhao Xiang looks at Shenghu. Admiration, respect, and even a bit of flattery. Their relationship is a typical gold digger scenario, and Shen Yui is quite proud of it. But Su Wangking looks at me like I'm a disobedient little brother, even though I'm much older than her. Is she mocking my current inability? I got angry and unconsciously pushed her to the ground. It wasn't hard, but I almost fell myself. Since the accident, I've been prone to these outbursts. Every time, Shen Yui just lowers her head and stays silent until my anger subsides. Others avoid me altogether, but Su Wangking didn't flinch. She just looked at me with that same gentle expression. She didn't even check if she was hurt or care that her white dress was stained by the dirt on the floor. I froze for a few seconds. This feeling was strange. I'm the one keeping you. I can make my own decisions, remember? You need to be obedient and available whenever I call. She remained silent, not asking any questions or making any demands. She gently stood up and steadied my wheelchair. Okay, I understand. She looked directly into my eyes. I felt like she was pitying me, but I couldn't prove it. After she left, I called my assistant, have the studio make some clothes for her, and send them over in my name. I regained my composure, my gaze fixed on the blanket she had carefully placed over me. The BAI Group owns a dedicated fashion design studio. The designs come from Paris and are highly sought after by Zhongcheng's elite, especially the top-tier custom pieces which have a waiting list. My assistant instinctively asked, for Miss Shen. What? My mind hadn't caught up, still thinking about Su Wangqing's soiled dress. Why didn't that girl dodge? Even Shen Yui, I wouldn't just stand there and take it. My assistant looked at me knowingly and smoothly corrected his earlier mistake. Understood from Miss Su, Chapter 6. Now I understand the fun of raising sim games, and gradually understand Shen Yui's joy. When I met Su Wangqing, she had clearly made preparations. She wore her best clothes, very clean but visibly worn out. Her shoes were the same. Her entire outfit wouldn't cost more than 300 yuan. She wore the clothes I gave her. She ate very little, obviously trying to save money, and hadn't touched the money I gave her. I couldn't stand it, so I had the housekeeper prepare meals and send them to her. In just a month, the little girl was no longer gaunt and thin, and looked a bit more filled out. That's right, slightly chubby girls are prettier. Now skinny as bamboo poles are bony to the touch. Besides schoolwork, she looked after her grandmother every day and also worked part-time. It was hard work, so I arranged a private warden, hired a dedicated caregiver. Su Wangqing didn't refuse any of this and thanked me sincerely. She recorded every expense in her little notebook. Mr. BAI, I will pay you back. I didn't say yes or no to this. I don't want money. Since this is supporting you, it also concerns my reputation. The BAI family doesn't support freeloaders. I hope you can achieve something. Tell me if you need anything. She was stunned, seemingly not expecting this request, but still calmly nodded. Okay, I understand. Then she carefully looked at me, asking what I liked. It seemed like she wanted to prepare a gift for me. There was really no need. What could she afford? One pair of my shoes costs more than she earns in a year of part-time work. But looking at those pure eyes, my heart softened. She was already a natural beauty, and now dressed up by me, she was even more beautiful. This is probably the fun of raising sim games. No wonder Shen Yui liked it. It truly was joyful. In the end, I couldn't bear to refuse the little girl's kindness. Flowers and plants, but I don't have time to care for them. So you'll have to manage them. Su Wangqing nodded and actually smiled. Not the fake kind, but a truly happy smile. Then she really gave me a small succulent. It wasn't expensive, but it was clearly carefully tended. She really was different from Shen Yui. I often gave Shen Yui gifts, and she would only thank me with a fake smile. Then she'd reciprocate with a perfunctory gift, very formulaic. I didn't care before because it had always been like that. But now I know that the difference between a heartfelt gift and a perfunctory one is very obvious. It has nothing to do with value, but it truly makes me happy, so. The recipient of my gift changed from Shen Yui to Su Wangqing. She gave me more and more flowers and plants, so I even had someone build a greenhouse. When she's free, she'll be in there tending to them, very diligently. Chapter 7. It wasn't until Shen Yui contacted me that I remembered I hadn't thought about her in a long time. I had initially intended to play a game of cat and mouse, but Su Wangqing was too captivating, causing me to completely forget about it. I'd even forgotten she was my fiancée, forgotten that I still had a score to settle with her. However, I kept Su Wangqing a secret, just as Shen Yui had kept Xiao Xiang a secret from me. I felt it was fair. The only difference was she couldn't keep her secret, but I could. Shen Yui only knew that someone powerful was protecting Su Wangqing. Those who tried to curry favor with her were rebuffed, and could only avoid the girl with a mysterious reverence. She was anxious, wanting to know who it was. When I saw her, I felt a moment of disorientation. Then, I became indifferent, even a little disdainful. It seemed that after letting go, she was just there. She was indeed beautiful, but not as beautiful as Su Wangqing. Nor was she as patient with me as Su Wangqing. She looked at me ingratiating. Lies and Ian. There's been a lot going on at the company recently. I've been neglecting you. Don't be upset. I've made a restaurant reservation. Let's have a nice dinner tonight. I had already made plans with Su Wang King tonight. The little thing said she learned a few new dishes and wanted to cook them for me. I had agreed. Just as I was about to refuse, Shen Yui, I changed the subject. By the way, there's a contract recently. Could you get BAI Corp to sign it with me? The company's performance hasn't been very good lately, and I want to boost my numbers. I knew that every contribution must have a return, but that was in the past. BAI Corp hadn't given her any preferential treatment for a long time. These things were handled by my assistant. I didn't need to worry about them. I gave her a strange look. Go talk to my older brother about it. You know, he's always been the one managing the family business. I wanted to laugh. Go ahead and try. BAI Corp's current anger had nowhere to go. The only reason they hadn't acted was because of my ambiguous attitude. And I, in turn, wanted to use this opportunity to let the little thing practice her skills. Without my intervention, BAI Corp wouldn't touch the Shen family. Shen Yui fell silent. She probably hadn't expected me to say that. A hint of impatience flickered in her eyes. Sinian, don't be ridiculous. I'm doing this for our future. You don't want people to say the young mistress of the BAI family is useless, do you? Yes, I probably spoiled her too much, to the point where she couldn't recognize her own uselessness. I watched her with amusement. My older brother is currently abroad and very busy. I'll discuss it with him when he returns. It was only then that she seemed to realize something was off with me. She looked at me, hesitating. After a few seconds, she adopted a gentle tone. Sinian, are you angry because I haven't been taking care of you lately? I looked her up and down with a half-smile. The more I looked, the more I felt that age was a killer for women. Youth was truly precious. Shen Yui's phone buzzed. She panicked, wanting to avoid my gaze but didn't dare. She lowered her head and quickly glanced at the message on her phone. It was from Zhao Xiang, wasn't it? I wasn't interested in peeking. But we were too close. It was a photo with a caption. Sister, we went to the venture capital firm for an internship today. We can gain a lot of experience, which will be helpful to you in the future. The girl in the corner of the photo was familiar. It was Su Wang King. Su Wang King had told me about the internship. I had even helped her arrange it at BAI Corporation's investment firm. Seeing her wearing the clothes I'd given her so obediently, it put me in a good mood. Shen Yui froze after just one glance. She no longer tried to hide it from me, enlarging the photo to examine it carefully. Finally, her gaze settled on Su Wang King's outfit. It was BAI Corp's private label. She had worn it for so many years, she wouldn't mistake it. Chapter 8. The air thickened, and several minutes passed. I was growing impatient when Shen Yui finally looked at me. A young lady raised in high society. How could she be a fool? The recent coldness, the mysterious backer behind Su Wang King, everyone's fearful attitude and the probing gazes. Shen Yui wasn't oblivious to them, but she had been inexplicably confident now. Seeing Su Wang King wearing clothes she previously couldn't afford, her composure finally cracked. Sinian, you gave these to her, right? What's your relationship with her? Shen Yui's eyes were red. She understood clearly what all this meant, and her words carried a hint of interrogation. The assistant frowned, wanting to step forward, but I stopped him while I used a sledgehammer to crack a nut. I poured the water in my hand directly onto her head. She didn't dare to dodge, looking utterly pathetic, taking the tissue offered by the assistant. I casually wiped my hands. What do you think you are? Have you forgotten your place? Who allowed you to speak to me like this? Shen Yui froze. She didn't expect my reaction to be so strong. I casually played with the beads in my hand. They were Su Wang King's. Very cheap. She gave them to me because I liked them. Shen Yui, listen. I haven't even settled the matter with you and the college student, so stay out of my business. She panicked as if her secret had been exposed. The anger on her face replaced by anxiety. Sinian, you know, I didn't tell you about supporting Zhao Xiang because I was afraid you'd overthink it. I gave a light bow. Are you done? If you are, you can leave. She took a deep breath, forcing herself to calm down, and squeezed out what she thought was a gentle smile. Zhao Xiang is just a kid, a good student. I just wanted to cultivate some new talent for the Shen family. I'm your fiancé. I'll be wholeheartedly devoted to you, and I'll be faithful to our marriage. You have to trust me. I didn't speak, just watched her with amusement. I had been in a good mood today, completely ruined by her. It's probably been a while since I lost my temper, making her forget who she is. Or maybe she thought that because the BAI family's young master is disabled, she could bully him at will. I was growing impatient. Shen Yui, what do you think you are? Shen Yui was stunned. She had never thought I would insult her like this, and for a moment, she didn't know what to say. I continued to humiliate her, giving her no face at all. Do you even understand your position? And you expect me to trust you, after all the crap you've pulled? Your Shen family has great upbringing, so annoying. I already have a bad temper, and naturally, I wouldn't spare her any face now before. I still gave her some face after all. She was my fiancée. I couldn't be too disrespectful. But now I decided I don't want her anymore. I looked away from Shen Yui and spoke inferently to the assistant. Let's go to the greenhouse. The plants need watering. Just as I was leaving, Shen Yui drenched and disheveled chased after me. Sinian, are you jealous? You're just deliberately retaliating against me. That's why you're entangled with that girl. I investigated her. She's just a gold digger, a woman from some backwater village, besides a pretty face. All she thinks about is climbing into men's beds. Before she could finish, the assistant interrupted her. Miss Shen, please watch your words. You have no right to interfere with the young master's actions. Shen Yui immediately stopped. She was very afraid of the assistant, and didn't dare say another word. Just looked at me with hopeful eyes, wanting me to say something to her. The assistant is a veteran who has served my father for many years and holds a high position, highly respected within the Bai family, let alone a Shen Yui. Even the head of the Shen family would be respectful towards him. It seems I've been too good to Shen Yui. She respects my butler, but has lost all respect for me. After entering the greenhouse, I watered the plants while speaking to the assistant. I remember the Shen family recently took on a few projects. Let Wang Qing practice. Let her decide how to handle them. You are only responsible for the safety of the funds. Set a performance target. Let's say 3 small targets as a lesson, yes. A loss of 300 million. The head of the Shen family would definitely know it was Shen Yui's fault. They would give me a satisfactory answer. It's better to let them discipline their own daughter. The Bai family doesn't meddle in other people's affairs. The assistant looked pleased. The young master has grown up. It seems Miss Su is very important to you. I didn't confirm or deny it. Even my eldest brother, who is overseas, called to praise me after he heard about it. That girl actually dared to treat you like that. She needs a good lesson. But little brother, why would you hurt your white moonlight for a little gold digger? Have you fallen for her? After all, once the Bai Corporation makes a move, the Shen family will lose a lot of face. I chuckled lightly. Nothing, big brother. She just called Wang Qing a gold digger and said she wanted to climb into men's beds. As for Wang Qing, let her practice and see if she's qualified to enter the Bai family. My brother fell silent. He knew about Su Wang Qing. He thought I was just playing around, but he didn't pay much attention to it. Well, I'll be back in a while. We'll talk then. I didn't explain further. Chapter 9. I bought Su Wang Qing an apartment near the school. She only goes there when I call her, or occasionally if I work late, but she always asks for my permission beforehand. I found it a bit odd. I gave you the apartment. It's yours now. Why do you always ask? Su Wang Qing shook her head. It's your apartment, and I'm afraid I'll disturb you if you're there. It wouldn't be polite. I didn't bother correcting her. Her voice is pleasant, and I like it, so I didn't press the issue. The apartment is cleaned daily, but practically no one stays overnight. Apart from the obvious signs of use in the kitchen, the rest of the place is spotless. I once complimented Su Wang Qing on her cooking. So, she often cooks for me. Watching her cook, I smiled, afraid I'd be bored waiting. Su Wang Qing washed some fruit for me. It was sweet, perhaps enhanced by the beauty who served it my good mood. Disrupted by Shen Yui, I returned. Wang Qing, come here. She wiped her hands and sat gently beside me. Are you hungry, young master? You'll be ready soon. I gently handed her a piece of the fruit she had cut. She instinctively took a bite. I could see a blush rise on her cheeks. Her eyes filled with a smile. Gently knelt down. Thank you, young master. She seemed completely unaware of how alluring she looked. Naturally, I wouldn't tell her. I simply claimed a kiss as a thank you when she went back to the kitchen. I enjoyed the fruit while admiring her figure. So sweet. Dinner was simple but delicious. I enjoyed it, young master. Could you give me an account number? Su Wang Qing asked cautiously, meeting my curious gaze. She fidgeted. I earned some money from my internship, and I want you to keep it for me. I pinched her cheek, amused. Do you think I need money? Su Wang Qing obligingly filled a bowl of soup for me. No, it's just that I owe you so much already. I don't want to burden you. She knew what to say. The slight annoyance I felt vanished instantly, soothed by her gentle tone. After a moment's thought, I gave her an account number. I'll let her manage it herself later. She started to learn about these things now, and with the BAI family overseeing it, nothing will go wrong in any case. The little girl needs money. It wouldn't do for her to be tricked away by someone with a lollipop. Suwan can kiss me. Thank you, young master. I don't lack money, and I'm generous. Shen Yui I used to hint at requests whenever she kept me happy, and I never hesitated to oblige. But Su Wang King is different. She never asks for anything. She only accepts what I give, which pleases me. This is the gold digger Shen Yui I spoke of. Someone who wouldn't take advantage of countless opportunities to get rich. I even have to consider her future for her. Don't work anymore. There's no shortage of money, she nodded. I'll listen to you, young master. I should be getting a scholarship at the end of the year. Please keep that for me too. I took a sip of soup and didn't object. I give her 200,000 a month for living expenses, which she never touches. I'll just manage and invest it all together. After dinner, I gave Su Wang King a card this time. It was an internal card for the BAI group. Many businesses under my family's name accept this card. The shopping mall opposite your school and the hotel at the entrance, for example. Everything inside is free with this card. Girls often buy things. So this will be convenient. She was stunned, young master. I can't remember when she stopped calling me Mr. BAI. Or C. Oh, BAI and started calling me young master. Su Wen King's voice was still soft. You're too good to me. It makes me. She thought for a moment before finally uttering a word, overwhelmed. I smiled faintly. Isn't a gentle girl like Su Wen King meant to be pampered? She thankfully knelt down and massaged my legs. This used to be the doctor's responsibility, but she learned it diligently. Shen Yui I never would. She only offered superficial concern. Young master, please don't be so good to me. I'm afraid I won't be able to adapt later. I gently stroked her hair. That won't happen. Young master will pamper you for a lifetime. I have the means to make the girl I cherish happy for life. Remember, you're mine. Chapter 10. When the Shem family came to apologize, I was strolling through Joytong University. My legs have recovered a lot since the accident. Although I can't walk like a normal person yet, basic movement isn't a problem, as long as I don't overdo it. This visit was a spur-of-the-moment decision. Su Wang King had her final exams, and I wanted to see how she was doing, of course. I also wanted to surprise her. I'd done the same for Sheng Yui before, but instead of surprise, I only ever got awkwardness and strained silence. They are different. I couldn't help but imagine Su Wang King's expression. The more I thought about it, the happier I became, a smile playing on my lips. I hadn't smiled much since the accident, but Su Wang King had brought more smiles to my face. Many students on the tree-lined paths of Joytong University looked at us curiously. A young man in a wheelchair, accompanied by the head of the Shen family, who was profusely apologizing. Young Master BAI, I've already punished her. Are you satisfied? I nodded, not really in the mood to listen. She was just a woman. Let it go. Remember this lesson, or next time it won't be so easy. Then I waved them away. Su Wang King had handled the matter well, exceeding my expectations. A whole 4 billion. The Shen family suffered heavy losses, while the BAI family profited considerably as a reward. BAI's investment group awarded Su Wang King a 5 million bonus. She didn't seem interested in it at all, and only accepted it after I had someone deposit it into her account. As for the Shen family, they had to put on a smiling face and offer gifts worth over 10 million as an apology. But right now, I didn't want to be bothered by insignificant people while I looked for Su Wang King. My assistant pushed me as I strolled around. Young master, do you want to rest for a while? I shook my head and asked a different question. Should the little girl continue her studies or start working after graduation? Give me your opinion. My assistant didn't call Su Wang King little girl like I did. He always called her Miss Su, explaining that since she would eventually be mine, the title was appropriate. Miss Su majored in finance, so further education would be better for her development. However, her path is ultimately for you to decide, young master, if you want to arrange a job for her. The BAI group is a good fit. Everyone was very impressed with her performance in this recent matter. I thought about it and decided it was best for her to choose her own path. Yes, I'll ask her. Let her choose. My assistant seemed surprised but quickly regained his composure. Let's go, it's almost time. Let's find her, before we reach the teaching building. We saw a familiar figure running out. Young master. It's Miss Su. I nodded. It seems she finished her exam early. Let's follow her and see where she's going. It was a little game of mine. My assistant naturally wouldn't object and pushed me closer. Su Wangking went straight out of the school gate and towards a small alley. It seemed rather secluded. My assistant saw my confusion. There's a flower shop there. Miss Su has been working part-time there. After you told her not to work anymore, she started volunteering there. The flowers she sends you were her payment. A flower shop. All the flowers she gave me were earned through a part-time job at the flower shop. Before I could fully process this, I heard someone call her name. Su Wangking, a woman, not particularly beautiful, came out of the alley, and the two walked inside, chatting and laughing. I watched Su Wangking. She was happy, a gentle smile gracing her face. The warm sunlight bathed her profile, making her look beautiful. I froze. I knew she was always busy. I only asked her to send me flowers and plants, so she wouldn't feel too pressured. How did she manage to get so many of them? I never questioned it before. But she never told me any of this. Did she think I wasn't worthy of a few more words? Or did she treat everyone the way she treated me? The thought soured my mood. Let's go. Don't let her see us. Chapter 11, sir. Your parents and your elder brother will all be back for your birthday banquet this year. I wanted to ask if you have any requests, my assistant asked cautiously on the way, as a most doted upon young master of the BAI family. My birthday banquet is always a grand affair. After all, a significant number of business deals are initiated at the banquet every year, making it an event to be taken seriously. Especially after my car accident. The rumors and gossip haven't stopped. My parents and brother, fearing I'd dwell on it, have made this year's banquet even bigger, just to show everyone that the BAI family's youngest son is still the most cherished. The Shen family never misses the event. If Shen Yui attends as my partner, it would signify the continuation of our engagement, and that the past is water under the bridge. Everyone understands this, which is one reason why my assistant is asking. However, my engagement with Shen Yui was established during the darkest period of my life. Initially, considering the Shen family's understanding nature, I should have given them face, but I'm no longer interested in her. Well, choose Su Wangking as my partner. Everything else is up to you. My assistant hesitated. Sir, are you serious? Keeping a mistress like Su Wangking isn't an issue. I can afford countless Su Wangkings, but her attending as my partner is a different matter entirely. It signifies Sheng Yui's fall from grace and permanently brands Su Wangking as mine. From then on, she will have no chance of escaping the BAI family. She'll be completely labeled a kept woman. I didn't speak, just sat quietly in the greenhouse until light footsteps broke the silence. Su Wangking saw me turn, her eyes full of smiles. Sir. I looked at the small succulent in her hand, fresh and vibrant. Very cute. She carefully placed it in front of me, her voice cheerful. You said you liked it last time, sir. I nodded and ruffled her hair. Good. From now on, you can only be this gentle with me. She froze, seeing the displeasure in my eyes, and quickly agreed. But I pulled her into my arms and kissed her enticing red lips. Su Wangking's body stiffened. Although it wasn't our first kiss, this was the first time it had been so fierce. After a long while we parted. Wangking, my birthday banquet is in a while. Be my partner. She fell silent, and I could clearly feel her heart racing. Sir, I'm not worthy of you. I'll embarrass you. I frowned, dissatisfied with her attitude. No, you won't. No one dares to say anything. I wanted to offer more comfort, but I couldn't find the words. I think Su Wangking is wonderful, and shouldn't just be a canary I keep. I want her to be recognized by those in our circle. I want her to stand beside me with dignity. But looking into her eyes, I only managed to say, you will never embarrass me. It took a long time for her to speak, her head still lowered, her expression hidden. I'll do as you say, sir. I wasn't satisfied with this answer. I tilted her head up. Are you unwilling? This action surprised even me. I never used to care about these things, but now I do care about what she thinks. There was a hint of grievance in her eyes. She bit her lip, her expression helpless. I'll do whatever you say. Sir, I've said it before. Everything I have is yours. Chapter 12. This answer isn't what I wanted. I've been thinking about it for days, and still can't understand. She promised me. So why am I not happy? Shen Yui called me, her voice laced with a hint of flattery, trying to sound gentle. Sinian, I miss you. Let's meet. I didn't refuse. I needed to vent, and she was a suitable target. I went straight to the address she gave me, inside the cafe. Shen Yui had lost a lot of weight, the exhaustion on her face impossible to hide. I glanced at her and looked away. She wasn't as pretty as Su Wangking. Shen Yui now realized her position was precarious. Her arrogance was gone, replaced by her previous subservience. even a hint of humility. She even tried to rekindle old memories. Sinian, do you remember when we traveled in Northern Europe together that year? I shrugged. I don't remember. I've been all over the world with many people. Why should I remember one of the few trips she accompanied me on? Shen Yui's expression stiffened. And then she started rambling about the past. Before I was treated like royalty after all. The Bai family only had two sons, both with inheritance rights, but after my car accident, the outside world speculated that my inheritance rights would be revoked after all. How could a prominent family choose a cripple as their heir? The struggle for inheritance in a powerful family isn't a gentle breeze. Its cruelty is comparable to historical power struggles. Gradually, those in the circle began to subtly distance themselves from me. At that time, the only one willing to visit me and tolerate my bad temper was Shen Yui. Her status in her family was low. The Shen family wasn't particularly powerful, but it had a large number of members with several older siblings above her. She was taking a gamble, and she won. Although I hadn't fully recovered after 3 years, I still had everything a Bai family young master was entitled to, and my elder brother took good care of me. Our Bai family is different from others. Since childhood, I've been lazy and never thought about inheritance rights. Not only did my elder brother recognize this, but my parents did too. The outside world simply didn't know. Even regarding marriage, although I wouldn't choose someone unsuitable, I definitely wouldn't choose a wife from an overly powerful family. Causing trouble for my brother would be causing trouble for myself. It was better for someone with a simple mind like me to remain a carefree young master. By the time everyone else felt I still had investment value, the only one left by my side was Shen Yui. In the beginning, she treated me cautiously, until she gained many benefits which dramatically elevated her status within the Shen family. Gradually, perhaps because I was a cripple with only her around, she forgot where everything came from. I thought I loved her, and I was very tolerant of her. I even got engaged to her last year. The Shen family was naturally satisfied. An insignificant daughter had won the favor of the Bai family's heir. It was a good deal. Everyone envied her, although it was just an engagement. It brought countless benefits to Shen Yui. My elder brother didn't want to treat me unfairly, and would intentionally give some projects to the Shen family. That wealth made her forget who she was. Now, she probably remembered. Everything she had, she begged for bit by bit. I could give it, and naturally I could take it back, Sinian. I've been reflecting on myself recently. It must have been me neglecting you. If I had told you about nurturing new talent for the Shen family beforehand, we wouldn't have had these unpleasantries. I didn't speak, just took a sip of coffee. Sugar and milk, sweet cloying, terrible. Shen Yui continued talking to herself. We have so many years of feelings. It's just a misunderstanding. There's no need to make things so awkward. You know I only love you. I didn't even lift my eyelids. Actually, your choice wasn't wrong. The nurturing game is quite fun. Realizing what I was saying, Shen Yui's face turned pale, but she quickly adjusted her emotions, though the jealousy and malice in her eyes were impossible to hide. I didn't betray you, really. I'm sincere to you, besides. Look at Su Wenqing. How good you are to her, but what about her? What did she do behind your back? This was her purpose, wasn't it? Following her pointed finger, I turned my head. Yes, it was someone I knew. Standing outside the cafe, Su Wenqing was talking with Xiao Xiang. I couldn't read lips, so I didn't know what they were talking about. Only, Xiao Xiang suddenly reached out and hugged Su Wenqing. Sinian, did you see that? They're meeting secretly. She's betraying you, of course. I'm not interfering with your decision. If you want to keep a woman, I have no objection. I won't be jealous. Shen Yui's voice was full of eagerness and humility. I just smiled, actually. I wanted to curse at her, but I thought it too vulgar. In the end, I just coldly spat out one word. Get out, Chapter 13. I needed to vent. Su Wenqing had been texting me for days, and I hadn't replied, until today. Come here. My terse words reflected my inner turmoil. I knew Su Wenqing didn't actually like Xiao Xiang, though they grew up together. They were merely neighbors and friends, not childhood sweethearts. Today's incident was nothing romantic. After Xiao Xiang hugged her, she immediately pushed him away. It was a reflexive reaction. The whole thing was insignificant, completely different from Shen Yui's sponsorship disguised as aid. Someone like Xiao Xiang wasn't worth my attention. As for Shen Yui, she was completely out of the question. She couldn't even control hers, keeping before becoming the Bai family's young mistress. What would she be like later? Wouldn't she turn the world upside down? I'd never asked Su Wangking about her and Zhao Xiang. My assistant had investigated everything thoroughly. But today, I was simply unhappy. I was angry that Shen Yui had tried to manipulate me regardless. Su Wangking was part of the scheme, and she would bear the consequences. So when Su Wangking entered, my displeasure was written all over my face. She looked bewildered. Young master, what's wrong? Ignoring her hesitation, I threw her onto the bed. Only after I was done did I realize she was a virgin. Despite her discomfort, she gently draped my clothes over me. Is young master in a bad mood today? I didn't speak. She frowned slightly, gently massaging my shoulders. If something's bothering you, young master, you can tell me. Don't keep it bottled up inside. It's not good for you. I looked at her coldly. I saw you meet with Xiao Xiang today. Her face registered shock. Then she resumed her gentle demeanor. I'm sorry, seeing her offer no explanation infuriated me further. Since you've apologized, tell me, what did you do wrong? I genuinely wanted to hear what she would say. She maintained her gentle composure. I should have informed you beforehand. Xiao Xiang contacted me today. He said he had something to tell me. So I went. He explained later that it was the person sponsoring him who made the request, saying it would be best if something happened between us. I refused. I belong only to young master. I'm sorry, young master. I questioned her. Do you feel wrong? In the future, you must inform me before meeting him. Also, I invited you to be my companion at my birthday banquet. Why were you reluctant? Su Wangking lowered her head, seemingly wanting to speak but holding back. I scoffed. What? Haven't I been good enough to you? She finally looked up, meeting my gaze directly. Young master, I'm just a simple woman. I don't want to be involved in the power struggles of the wealthy, nor am I capable of it. I'm sorry. If I attend your birthday banquet as your companion, what would my status be? A kept woman. Your fiancée will be there. What am I supposed to do? I wanted to comfort her, but she didn't give me the chance, stopping my hand midair as I reached out to caress her. Su Wangking laughed, a desolate sound. I didn't say anything, because you already know everything. You know every move I make, just like Xiao Xiang's existence. You knew from the beginning. But you never asked. Your fiancé is the one sponsoring him. What would be the point of me saying anything? Would you break off the engagement? Or marry me? I'm just your canary, to be discarded when you're tired of me. Countless women want to marry you. Heiresses are yours for the picking. And me, I'm already despicable enough staying by your side knowing you're engaged. Do you want me to be ridiculed for the rest of my life? Young master, please leave me some dignity. I was stunned, caught off guard by her sudden outburst. You know about Shen Yui. I admitted she had a point. I did have her under surveillance. Su Wangking's voice was firm, clearly still angry. Yes, I also know you chose me precisely because she's sponsoring Zhao Xiang, and Zhao Xiang and I are neighbors. You did it on purpose. I embraced her, whispering comfort. Be good. Don't be angry. I never said I didn't want you. I won't put you in a difficult position again. She looked up at me, her voice tinged with anger. The AI Sin Ian. We're in a kept relationship. I'm just your canary. Don't completely humiliate me, okay? I paused, my heart taking as I looked into her eyes. Gently holding her, I kissed her. Don't worry. You'll always be mine. Regarding Shen Yui, I'll break off the engagement. It has nothing to do with you. I haven't broken it off yet because my parents are abroad, and I need their consent. I offered a gentle explanation. I didn't actually have anyone watching you. I did read your file initially. But today's incident was Shen Yui's scheme. The atmosphere was strange. I wouldn't normally explain myself this much. Not even to Shen Yui. But with Su Wangking, I found myself explaining, offering her unprecedented patience. I didn't choose you to get revenge on Shen Yui. I chose you because you're beautiful and have a good personality. And like I said, whether you're a canary or something else depends on your abilities. You did a good job last time. Keep up the good work, Wangking. I've fallen for you. Su Wangking looked at me, seemingly in disbelief, but her eyes regained their sparkle. She leaned in and kissed me. Chapter 14. The day my parents and older brother returned, my assistant willed me to the airport to pick them up. They were curious about Su Wangking. As for Shen Yui, their stance was clear. I should handle it myself. This was the BAI family's way of raising an heir. Give you the backing and see what you do with it. I briefly explained recent events, then calmly stated, I'm breaking off the engagement with Shen Yui. I'll announce it at my birthday banquet. They nodded, even though they were abroad. They were well informed. The Shen family matter is yours to decide. However, they were more interested in Su Wangqing in all these years besides Shen Huiai. Su Wangqing was the second woman by my side. Bring Su Wangqing over for us to meet. Whether she's qualified to be your partner isn't up to you, I nodded. I wasn't worried about this. I was confident they would be satisfied, however. There was something I had to ask. Something I found strange when I was engaged to Shen Yuiai. You didn't seem to care why the interest in Su Wangqing this time. My brother laughed. It's different. We never thought highly of Shen Yuiai from the start, and never believed you'd end up together. She's the calculating, but we've never met Su Wangqing. And you've fallen for her. I touched my nose awkwardly. Was it that obvious? My mother gently stroked my head. We can all see that you like her, which means you're likely to fall deeply and not be able to get out. We have to make sure she won't hurt you. That evening, Su Wangqing appeared at our family villa. I barely managed to introduce her before I was sent away. I don't know what happened, but the outcome was very satisfactory. My mother even personally ordered a custom-made gown for her to wear to the birthday banquet. I pestered everyone about the conversation, but they all just smiled, including Su Wangqing. Fine, keep it a secret. Young master, do you really like me? What do you think anyway? I like you, as long as you don't dislike me. I'll always be here soon. We kissed. Chapter 15. The birthday banquet was approaching, and Shen Yuiai blocked my way. Senyin, you invited me. You've forgiven me, right? I knew you couldn't bear to leave me. I completely stopped funding Xiaoxian. From now on, I'll ask for your opinion before making any decisions, okay? I chuckled a few times and stretched lazily. Shen Yuiai, I thought you had learned your lesson. Tears welled up in her eyes as she pleaded. I really know I was wrong. Xiaoxiang did try to seduce me, but I swear I wasn't swayed. Nothing happened between us. Senyin, you have to believe me, I'm still clean. Her demeanor was a far cry from the haughty Miss Shen of the past. I believe you, but the look I gave her was a little strange. Some things, you see, aren't only known by the people involved, and it's not just what happens that counts. Shen Yuiai. Some things, no matter how hard you try, will never belong to you. Shen Yuiai clearly understood, but not entirely. She thought I was just jealous and breathed a sigh of relief. Continuing to play the emotional card, Senyin, I've always loved you. It's just that people always said I had everything because of you, so I neglected you a little. I just wanted to stand proudly beside you. Now I don't care about that anymore. As long as you're still by my side, it doesn't matter what others think. I yawned, ready to end the conversation. They weren't wrong. Everything you have. Isn't it all because of me? Even the entire Shen family exists because of me. Shen Yuiai's expression stiffened slightly, but having been taught a lesson, she maintained some decorum. I know. I'll definitely work hard in the future, and I won't let anyone look down on you. I remained silent. Who would dare look down on me? Seeing my continued silence, she cautiously asked the question she cared about most. Will I be your date then? I don't even mind anymore. I was being unreasonable before. She put on a pitiful act. I couldn't be bothered to respond with this kind of person. Words were useless. Simply put, they didn't cherish what they had until they lost it. On the way home, I looked at my assistant and said, the Shen family can't even control their own people. It seems Wang Qing needs more practice. People in the circle probably guessed I intended to break off the engagement. But without that layer of pretense being ripped away, no one wanted to make things too awkward. The Shen family clearly didn't want it, but they didn't dare to question me directly, so they could only leak my whereabouts to Shen Yuiai. Success belongs to the Shen family. Failure belongs to Shen Yuiai. A clever little scheme. It just so happens that the Bai family's threshold is quite high, and it won't be easy for the little girl to marry in. It's not bad to have someone eager to offer themselves up. Chapter 16. This year's birthday banquet was a grand affair. Everyone attached great importance to it, as it was the official announcement of the Bai family's young master's return to the family business. Aside from Shen Yuiai's momentary loss of composure, when I descended the stairs hand in hand with Su Wangqing, the event proceeded smoothly. After 3 years of rehabilitation, my leg has mostly recovered. As long as I avoid strenuous activity, I can now stand and walk for extended periods. Today, marking my return to the public eye, I decided to stand throughout the entire event, gently adjusting Su Wangqing's dress. I affectionately ruffled her hair. You look beautiful today. Her eyes crinkled with a sweet smile. She had completely transformed from a naive girl into almost a wealthy heiress. Blushing, she shyly kissed me, I belonged to young master. Always. The proceedings went smoothly, and Su Wangking handled herself gracefully. After all, etiquette is established by the upper class, and the Bai family happens to be among those who set the rules. Regarding the engagement with the Shen family, I simply made a brief announcement, which caused no surprise. This circle is pragmatic. Everyone had already guessed. The only one who couldn't accept it was Shen Yui. Breaking free from her family's grasp, she rushed towards me. Why? I'm the one who loves you the most. I'm your fiancé. What am I lacking compared to her? She's just a poor girl, unworthy of you. Security quickly pulled her away. Sinian, you love me, you were just joking. Right? I remained silent, preparing to leave. She wasn't worth my time or words. Seeing me turn away, Shen Yui suddenly knelt down. I was wrong. I know I was wrong. I neglected your feelings. Please forgive me. I watched her theatrical performance like an outsider, however. Letting this continue wouldn't do. It wasn't just the Shen family's face that was being lost, but also the Bai family's. I turned to my assistant. Get her out of here. We won't be working with the Shen family anymore. Upon hearing this, the Shen family panicked and tried to plead with me. My older brother stepped forward, looking at them calmly. My younger brother's words represent the Bai family's decision. At this they finally gave up. The Shen family's failure to raise their daughter properly after repeated lessons meant they needed a lesson they would remember for a lifetime. Chapter 17, Little Brother, that Su Wangking is not bad. Are you sure you want to marry her? My older brother sat in his study, looking at me seriously. I nodded. Big brother, at first I just wanted to play around, but now I really like her. I was still a little apprehensive. The Bai family's social standing was too high. My older brother remained silent and only spoke after a long while. All right, I'll give you 3 years. You can use the Bai family's resources as you please. As for whether Su Wangking can marry into our family, that depends on her abilities. We had a tacit understanding. Neither of us mentioned how it was to be done. The Shen family, since they were courting death, they could be Su Wangking's stepping stone. 1 year. Just 1 year. And Su Wangking leading the Bai family's team completely crushed the Shen family. Not only did the Bai family profit greatly, but the Shen family also completely changed its name to Su. Now, Su Wangking was worth over 100 million, and qualified to marry into the Bai family. My parents and older brother were very satisfied with her. 2 months after Su Wangking completely took over the Bai family business, I proposed to her. Over the past few years, our relationship had become more than just a kept woman and her benefactor. On the day of the proposal, I knelt on one knee and took out the ring I had prepared long ago. Wangking, marry me. The young woman blushed and happily extended her slender finger. A long time later, the young woman had grown into a powerful business tycoon, but the way she looked at me was still as pure as it was when she was 18. Why did you choose me back then? I looked tenderly at her pregnant belly and murmured softly, silly girl. It's true that I found you beautiful. It's true that I wanted despite Shen Hui, and it's also true that I fell in love with you for the rest of our lives. Let's walk together. Chapter 18. When I saw Shen Yui again, she was completely destitute. After Su Wangking bankrupted the Shen family, the Bai family showed a sliver of mercy, sparing their lives though their fortune was gone. They blamed everything on Shen Yui and drove her out. Xiao Xiang also broke up with her. Their relationship had been transactional, and without money, he quickly found a new sponsor. With nowhere to go, Shen Yui, relying on her former status as the Shen family's eldest daughter and her beautiful appearance, drifted between various cocktail parties, utterly reduced to a social butterfly.